Go ahead.
You go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, so I'm Nick Weiss. I'm from Seattle, Washington. I'm going to be a senior this year, and I play for the men's wheelchair basketball team.
My name is Rachel Voss. I coach the Peoria Wildcats juniors team, and I'm a former U of I athlete.
All right. How long ago did you coach here?
I
were you
played
an athlete,
here.
played here?
Yeah. Last year was last season was my last season.
Cool. And how long have you actually been playing, both of you?
I've been playing since the 5th grade, so
Fifth grade then.
yeah.
I started in 2003.
Cool. All right. Why did both of you decide that you wanted to come to U of I to play wheelchair sports?
I came for 2 reasons. Let's see, first of all, U of I does have a great wheelchair basketball program. We're the most winningest team of any
Right.
collegiate team, so proud of that. The coaches, the coaches was really awesome. He actually just left this last year, or just left like this last the camps that you were at, where it was one of the that was his last duties as coach. He's actually going to Canada and running a huge program over there where he's going to be able to interact with all the Canadian athletes. But so he was awesome. I came for computer science, was my major, and so kind of made sense, with UI. Yeah.
I'm from Illinois, so I got the in-state. That was great. But besides that, U of I in general is just a really great school, and I wanted to think about school first. And so it was either here or the University of Alabama. And the moment I got my acceptance letter, I was like, going to U of I. So.
Yeah, when I was younger, it was always like a dream for me too to come here.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to play basketball, but by 5th grade, I knew that probably would be realistic. I know the rules are pretty similar to regular basketball.
Yeah.
Could you clarify though the classification system? I was kind of reading up on that a little bit.
Okay, so let's see. Majority of classification system has to do with abs and whatnot. So I mean, one, I'm able to walk. Obviously, I can use my abs fully, or like I can move pretty much every muscle. And I have ab strength and whatnot. I can lean down, grab something, and I can rotate. I mean, to a degree. Where I get actually lower classified because of the fact that when I push, my abs don't necessarily sync up in my push, and because of that, it makes me slower. It's really complicated with my disability. It goes based on a disability, by case kind of thing. Rachel is going to be, we're both technically class 2s. I'm a class 2.5, she's a class 2.
Okay.
She has limited abs. It's really funny to push her over. You want to next one?
So in general, it wouldn't be fair if, let's say, we had 5 single amputees below the knee playing against 5 like me's on the court at one time. So because disabilities range so far, we needed a classification system just to balance it out. So in collegiate basketball, it's 1 through 4. Like 1 being the least amount of function that you have, 4 being the most. So class 1s generally can't rotate, they can't turn, they have very poor balance. Class 2s, they start being able to rotate, have a little bit better balance. Class 3s have more hip function, pretty much full ab function.
Yeah.
Class 4s, basically nothing's wrong except they're probably an amputee or a very minor spinal cord injury. Where the classification system comes into play is the point system. So since I'm a class 2, if I were to play on the court at one time, so there's 5 people on the court at one time. Because I'm a class 2, between all 5 of the people, you need to have 14 points for collegiate and international as well. So it's 14 points. So because I'm worth 2 points, between these 4 people, they can only add up to 12.
Okay. Yeah,
so all of them have to add up to 14 points.
So does your classification system kind of also dictate what your main job is on the court as well?
It can. I mean, like, so. Okay, so generally, it has your job on the court is dealt with among a lot of factors. One is going to be function, and another would actually kind of in a way be size, because you're not going to try if you're a smaller player, you're not going to try and post up against larger players. That makes sense. But also you want the ab function to be able to post up against bigger players or whatever, or like if you're posting versus smaller or lower classified players are going to tend to not charge into because when you get hit, right, if you're in the key and you're getting hit as a lower class player, it's going to throw off your shot,
Right, yeah.
And higher classified players are able to kind of go in more and be a little more physical and still have a good shot because they're able to maintain their balance and whatnot. So that deals with roles and whatnot. Yeah.
Okay. So what does it mean for you as an individual with a disability to have the opportunity to even play sports at the collegiate level?
Let's see. For me, what was it for me? I like to, before I had played wheelchair basketball, I had always played like baseball, wrestling, football, even. And I did that for a really long time, and I would do things differently. Like I would, rather than do jumping jacks, I would do push-ups, or I would always adapt in certain ways. With wheelchair basketball, I don't have to adapt, which is nice. I can just go and be as competitive as I want to be, and so I wouldn't have this opportunity if it wasn't for wheelchair. I wouldn't be playing in college if it wasn't for wheelchair basketball. I wouldn't be a football star, and because of that, I'm very thankful to one, get a scholarship, and also two, to just be able to be competitive and take myself to the next level and play as much and have as much fun as I can and continue with sports and staying active. And you have all these benefits that really interplay with what I value.
Cool. All right.
I guess with me, I remember being in a juniors player and seeing all the Steph Wheelers or all the really great collegiate players, and just seeing them and idolizing them, and just now that it was very evident at basketball camps that we are now being looked up to from other juniors players, and it's really humbling and terrifying that we're getting this old that I'm now up there, but it's also great that I can now take what I've learned and become a better disabled advocate, and I'm actually creating this huge program in Peoria where just this huge disabled advocacy program, and it's something that I'm really glad that I can do because of collegiate athletics.
Awesome. So last year you guys came super close to winning the this is the national championship.
Yeah, we've my freshman year and my sophomore year we both came second place, or both of those years, and then this last year, technically this most recent season we came fourth, and it's really tough to get that close and not win it because we really want it. The year before my freshman year we had. We were pretty unstoppable. We actually beat the Canadian national team.
Wow.
Several times.
Yeah, or it was
twice.
Yeah. They had some phenomenal players. And then my freshman year is when everybody graduated. We actually had 5 seniors that were pretty solid, but I was their sixth man, just being a freshman.
Right.
And so I still got quite a bit of playing time. Even though we had a set 5 that we primarily used, and so that was quite a cool experience just because but we were still a new team in that sense. I mean because especially once they left, then we only had it was me and when they all graduated, then we actually had a really young class because it was mainly junior or freshman and sophomores was the next year, and we have slowly built our way back up. Or like older, we finally have like this year we only have 2 seniors still, me and another player and I, and let's see what else. There's so what was it? Sorry, what was the question? I don't remember where I was going with that.
Mike, so the question is, what are your expectations for the upcoming year?
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. Well, our expectations are always to win the championship. We have high expectations. We always push ourselves to do the best we can in every facet that we do. Whether it's basketball, it's important. Our goal is always to do the best we can do in everything that we do. So with basketball, it's to win the championship. With school, it's to have extremely good grades, and our overall goal is to graduate. That's honestly more important than winning a championship, in our opinion. And it's this mentality that kind of controls all of U of I athletes, that really pushes us to do much better than other programs. Majority of other programs don't necessarily have a philosophy of excelling at everything, whether it's making a difference in your community or getting good grades. Some people are okay with just average, and we're not, and so we're gonna go for the championship. Yeah, is our goal.
Yeah, because we have quite a history of 15 national championships on the men's side, 14 on the women's. It's a lot to live up to.
But
seems like you got some good seniors that lead on this year.
Yeah.
So it should be fun to watch. So what's the next step for you after college?
For me, let's see. I want to. A lot of people want to go play like overseas and play professionally. It would be cool to do that. It's still an option for me, but I really kind of just want to get I want to start off on my career, and so like I love doing the work I do here at WPGU, and so if I could do pretty much anything associated with radio, it would be amazing, because like I work really hard. I'm willing to accept really low pay to be able to do this, because for me it's just a blast. And wheelchair basketball, there are a few individuals that have made careers off wheelchair basketball, but it's a very select few. And usually people will go play for a few years overseas, but it's not going to pay the bills later on. And so I'm really excited to, yes, that would be fun, but I'm really excited to just keep going on and find my career wherever it may be. And also, I want to keep making impacts in communities. I want to go back to Seattle and support my old team, because they've made a big impact in my life.
Right.
Help me get here to college, and to be given that, or to help other people achieve that goal, or teach people. It's a really good feeling to have when you can make an impact in other people's lives. And
Right. So you guys travel around a lot to other schools to play.
Yeah.
Compared to U of I, how are they at accommodating people with disabilities? Just in infrastructure.
Like other schools, how are other schools? Let's see. Well, for me, I don't really have to worry about because I don't have a day chair. I just walk around or drive everywhere. I know for a lot of, when we go to other schools, you'll just notice little things of, less curb cuts, or, there'll be building, U of I is pretty phenomenal when it comes to accessibility. Every building is pretty much wheelchair accessible in some way. You might have to go around to some back entrance or whatever, but, it's accessible. Versus other schools don't necessarily prioritize that when they first set up their infrastructure. And so a lot of schools could be better at that. But overall, especially the schools that we go to, because they have wheelchair basketball teams, right? It is something that is on their agenda, to work on. And so every school with wheelchair basketball is trying to push these things and get better, at least with accessibility. Yeah. Do you have anything to say about that?
No, I just feel like it's a very selected group of colleges that we go to because
Right.
they do end up having
Right.
a wheelchair basketball team that they are very accommodating for us. So like if we have like at Whitewater we have to go into the communal showers. So there's not very many accessible communal showers. Like there's not like with like shower chairs or anything like that. So they'll bring in extra chairs for us
Right.
so we can shower. But like Nick's like touched on, there's like nothing really.
Nothing
except
that
for
stands out really.
snow removal, they're great at Whitewater and Edinburgh. They're great. Here, they can learn from
Yeah.
that, but it's about
Okay. Well, I thank you guys. I think that's all I have.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for the interview.
Yeah, no problem. Cool. Sweet. Thanks.
Perfect. My arms are getting tired.